Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike from 1AAuto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And next time you need parts for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to replace a rear window regulator on this 2003 Honda CR-V, basically the same as any 2002 to 2006. Tools you'll need are a Phillips screwdriver, a small flat blade screwdriver, and a 10mm socket with ratchet and extension, and you also might need a pair of pliers. Okay, start out right in behind your door handle. You want to kind of pry right at the top here, twist your twist your screwdriver a little bit, pull that back, and there's two Phillips screws right back there. And there are also two screws, one right up in there, and then one right up in there. I'm going to fast forward here as I first remove the two screws behind the inside door handle, and then I remove the two screws below the armrest or the door pull. Okay, you want to take a small screwdriver and carefully go underneath and pry up the switch panel. Pull it up and out. Okay, there's a little tab. You want to press close to the black. Press in. Disconnect that. Okay, pull a little piece of triangle trim off at the top just by pulling on the back and separating it from the door. And now you need to pull your handle out. There's a little clip back here. Push it back off of the rod. Okay, pull the rod up and out. Here there's a little pin, just push the center through, okay, and pull the clip out. And now I'm just kind of reaching behind and pull firmly, and then release all the clips all the way around, and then pull your door panel up and off. Okay, now in behind you just have a clip holding it to the door panel. Okay, I just went in and squeezed the teeth, the clip that came off. The door panel's off. If some of the clips stay behind, use a pair of pliers and your screwdriver and pry them out, and then they just slide back into the door panel like that. Okay, use a screwdriver, and there's two kind of plugs at the top. Pry them out, and then slowly and carefully pull your water shield down and out of the way. Okay, now your regulator is a cable-driven regulator, and actually if you reach behind here, you'll feel the cable, and if yours is broken, most likely you're going to feel a broken cable. But to remove the regulator, there's these three bolts that you loosen. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You loosen those, and those hold your window motor. Loosen this one up here, remove this one, and then remove this one down here. You also remove these two bolts, okay, that are through these holes. And what you'll want to do is, if your regulator is broken, you'll be able to move your window up and down by hand, and you want to move it into a position where you can get to those two bolts. Okay, so you want a 10mm socket with a ratchet and extension. And I'm going to speed up the tape here as I loosen or remove those bolts, and in all it is 8 bolts. You loosen 4 of them and remove 4 of them. Now you can grab your window and pull it up. So I use a couple strands of painter's tape to secure it up. You can lift this rail up and then pull your window motor. Actually, you'll need to disconnect your window motor here. There's a little tab, press right there, and pull down. Okay, and then pull that off of there, push that through, wrench through, bring your motor out. And you're ready. The motor will come right out. As you can see, okay, there's the cable that normally breaks, and you can see that my regulator is in good shape, so I am just going to reinstall my original. Ones from 1A Auto go in, bolt in just like the originals, and we'll fix the issue if you have a broken one. Put it back in, put the bottom in first. Okay. Make sure you get the motor in so that the bolts are facing out, and you would want to transfer these bolts over to your new motor, as well as put this bolt in on this bracket here. I'll try and pull my lead through first. Okay. So I've got my motor in and hung up, and take my rail here, make sure it goes on the inside of the window at the top. Okay. Hang it up right there, and tighten my bolts for the window motor. Back up and reattach my power lead. Two shorter bolts go into the rail here, one down here. And one up here. And I'll just speed it up here as I finish tightening those up. Remove the tape and let the window down slowly into place. Okay, should be the two longer bolts. You can kind of look in right here. Make sure your window goes all the way down. It's just to hold it hung up there. And I'll speed it up here again, as all I'm doing is putting those two bolts that you go through the hole in the door skin, and those bolts hold the window to the regulator. Okay, you can turn the key on, hook up your switch, make sure you're working good. Now fast forward again here as I disconnect the switch, then put the water shield in place. And secure it with all the goo that sticks on there, as well as the two plugs on each top corner. Feed this wire up through, put this clip back in on the back side. Okay, make sure your lock is up straight here. Feed the lock through, push it against the window, lift it up and push it against the window, lock it down on there. Okay. And kind of peek back in here and make sure that your pins are lining up. Get back to the fist, so lock it on. Speed it up here as I put the two larger Phillips screws in and tighten them up, the ones that go underneath the door or the armrest / door pull. last door handle. Pull your rod out a little bit. Insert it into the lever, and then flip this clip around. Okay, walk it on. Put that in place. I'm going to reconnect my window switch. And kind of push that down into place and lock it in.
And I'll fast forward here as I put those 2 Phillips screws back in behind the door handle.
Okay. Put this back in place.
And with this little clip, you want to push the center back through, put it in, and push the center flush to lock it. And finally, put the little triangle trim piece back in. We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.oneauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.